Hi, everyone. We are
LaChiMoLaLa.
And this is another music video reaction, this time to TumoRoWByTogether's new music video, Frost, which dropped suddenly. They had concept photos yesterday, and today, poof, brand new video. It is off their second album, The Chaos Chapter Freeze, and the repackaging of that album, The Chaos Chapter Fight or Escape. It's also part of the Starseekers universe, which is the TU kind of evolved into this other thing that they now call the Starseekers. And it's a whole thing. It's a huge whole thing. And you have to be MOA hardcore to even understand it. And I only get part of it.
I am going to be introduced to this Starseeker universe, so I have no idea what's going on.
Perfect. That's how we like it. At least one person should have no idea what's happening.
Yeah, I'm so glad that you do. So Beth is gonna walk me through this whole thing because I have no idea what's going on, but I do know TumoRoWByTogether because of Beth. I do enjoy their music very much. It's really fun. I mean, the ones that I've seen, like Blue Hour and Cat and Dog, especially because I'm very partial to dogs. So watching that music video was fun. So yeah, I had no idea. I think Beth and I are pretty good about the new K-pop songs that are coming out, and we talk about it, we get excited about it. But this was a total like bombshell because Beth texted me this morning and said, "Oh my goodness, TumoRoWByTogether Frost is out," and she sent me the link. And so I was like, ah! So I haven't watched it yet. This will be my first time completely watching the music video. So I am really excited.
And I actually did watch it this morning. I couldn't stop myself. I watched it before I even sent her the link, but I haven't watched it since then. And over the course of the day, I've been rewatching all of the Starseekers videos. So now that I've rewatched them all, I can really dive in.
Yeah, so let's start. Yeah,
yes, let's do this.
Let's do it. Okay. Ooh. Oh, how pretty.
Oh.
I'm so shocked.
I like this song a lot.
Wow, looks like they just jump from another dimension.
Yep, they did it again.
Ooh.
I'm like obsessed with my new sweater, even though it's like really weird.
Yeah. Oh, whose dog? Oh, what is that? Oh, wow, I should say, who is that?
This is so scary. It's like a evil witch in the woods,
Oh, yeah. Don't fall for the witch. It's like Into the Woods. Whoa, did they get transported to different dimensions?
Have a card stuck them to different places.
Oh man, that's messed up. At least they could have gone together. Dude. Whoa, this is kind of dark.
Scary. I know, it is dark. Tiny bone cube. tinier Bongyu.
Whoa. This is crazy. Okay, this is like trippy. Oh, poor Yeongjun. He's running for his life. Wait, who's falling? Oh, Taeyeon. Wait, does that dog have red eyes? Whoa!
Whoa. I don't think they're home either. I mean, they're in maybe our world. It's not clear.
What? Oh, there's more.
This is their. Ta-da.
Oh, wow.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. So very briefly, the Starseekers universe is something that started as the TU and then has kind of like evolved over time. You could probably write a million master's theses on it. There's like tons of conspiracy theories. You can get really deep. There's some people on YouTube who their whole channels are just TXT theories. So I don't pretend to know everything. I haven't gone down the rabbit hole nearly far enough, not far enough to get to where I understand things. But basically, it's like almost a mix between like Magic the Gathering and D&D and like sci-fi and their journey through the chapters. So it started with these like questioning films that was pre-debut. And then Nap of the Star music video is one. Magic Island is another, Eternally is another, and then they have an animated short called Doom's Night that's about 11 minutes. And then that leads into this. So like each piece of the puzzle, they're putting more pieces of the puzzle every time you see one. But the main thesis is that they all are, it comes back to their first debut single, Crown, where they sing about being a boy with horns on his head, who doesn't fit in, who doesn't want to be different. And he finds other friends who are also different. So they're like the manifestations of these friends. So Yeonjun's the guy with the horns on his head. Taehan has like a crazy star eye. Subin has these giant elfin ears and he can like hear everything. And then you saw it in here. Huening Kai has the wings, and Bongyu has like these giant like spike things that grow out of his back. I'm not sure what they are. I have no idea. But there's like all this like it's literally like an entire fantasy realm that they've kind of built together slowly. And you know, the main part is that the only way they survive is together. So they're always coming up against things. And the guy with the hooded cloak that they met in the woods, he's in Doom's Night. I don't really know what he is. I have no idea. I just know he's not good for them. He's always trying to do bad things. And like you said about the dog having red eyes, I think it also had colored eyes at one point. There is a monster that's been following them throughout the stories that has a green eye and a blue eye. So I mean, I know this is very unhelpful, but it's like something you just kind of have to watch. It just gives you like another layer of the band, though. It's really like performance art.
Yeah, totally. This music video is just really interesting, and it's kind of fun. Like for me, like I've never seen any of the Starseekers universe, but what's good about this music video is that, okay, first their song is really good. I do like Frost, so and also you know, saw them perform in the concert too, so that was awesome. And then another thing is that it's very captivating, you know. It kind of for me, like I feel like I have to rewatch it a few times.
Definitely.
I wouldn't understand like the whole Star Seekers universe until you told me just now. But like just focusing on just that video alone, like I would have to rewatch it only because like there's so many things going on, like
Well, and it is nice that you can watch it as a standalone. You don't have to know the rest of the story. To each video is still an amazing like little cinema masterpiece on its own.
Yeah. And that's like the great thing about it. But what's even better, knowing the fact that it's all connected. See, like I like music videos that are like that, The Weeknd does a really great job of that. Like you see him have like a really bad night throughout all these like different videos, and I like that, like it could be a standalone, but at the same time, like you see like the whole journey. And something like this like is really fun, and then you get to see like their personalities too in there as well, which is like an awesome thing too, like like their characters and stuff like that.
I do believe they've contributed a lot to how the story has evolved, so that's another reason why I think the characters fit them so well.
Yeah. But I have to say though, like I was like, whoa, who is that hooded person? Are they gonna help them or what's going on, and why are they in there? Why would you be in a room in there, with them, or with that person? And it just like I like music videos that make you think, and this is definitely that type of video where it's like really fun, where you could come up with different theories, and then the next music video you get to see like what really happens to them, whatever it is, Yeah,
you can see how you can fall down like the conspiracy theory rabbit hole with these, because there's so many different ways it could go. And I really like how when they each kind of fall into their own personal dimension, it really backs up, where they are in their, they've had all these different chapters. One was star, one was dream, or one was star, one was magic, one was eternity, and this one's chaos. And I feel like this video really encapsulates chaos. I mean, they're mostly running for their lives or trying to save themselves from crazy monsters, which is another theme in their work. They also have a song, Can We Just Leave the Monster Alone, from their album Magics. So magic is really like an I'm forgetting what the word is, a theme that runs through all their music.
Yeah.
And I like how it's like, as they grow up, it's manifesting and transforming. It's a lot darker and more messed up than Harry Potter.
So now I do have a question for you. So was there like that monster that you're talking about? Was it following them in here too? Or do you think it's the dog?
I wasn't sure. I want to say that I feel like it's partly the dog, like incognito.
Yeah.
But it was hard to see. I need to watch it like 20 more times.
Yeah.
Because there's just so much going on. I really did like, though, they also have, this is kind of crazy, one of their pieces of merch actually is a pop-up book that is about Star Seekers universe, which I don't have yet. Don't trust me when I do. You guys will get an unboxing. And it like focuses more on, I kind of call them their alter egos, when they have like their horns and their wings and their special abilities. It's kind of interesting. Those things are always like there, like they're always present in their regular world too, but they only pop out in certain videos. I don't know. I just feel like it's interesting because you don't need to know about it. You can still really enjoy their music and enjoy the band and know none of this. But they've kind of made this extra onion for the super fans that you can like really, there's, like I said, there's a million chat rooms about it.
Wow.
And I think that's not only fun, it's really good marketing. Like it keeps people engaged. It keeps people like combing through their promo posters, their promo videos, their preview videos. Like any little piece they put out is another nugget to try and piece into this world. So it keeps the fans really, really engaged.
Yeah, it keeps them on the edge of their seat, So it's so captivating. Like I think I mentioned that earlier. Like this video is, and on budget standpoint, like it probably
gorgeous,
costs a
right?
lot.
Did you see that sand creature?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
I mean, that is not cheap CGI.
Yeah. I'm like, did this come from Dune or something? You know,
right?
like, yeah, it looked
and
like.
I loved when Hunan Kai's running through all the mirrors, but it's different versions of him. Like there's the confident one in front and there's the one stumbling behind him. And I love when Bomgyu's opening that music box and it's like littler Bomgyu opening a music box, smaller Bomgyu opening like it's like a Russian doll situation.
I was gonna say the Russian doll.
Yeah
It's like,
there's just a lot to pick apart.
Yeah, and so I was like, wow, this is like very cinematic, you know, like it's yeah, it'd be really cool if we could like put together all these music videos to like one like hour long type of thing, just to see like the progression, you know.
I did see a comment on Twitter that I totally agreed with. I'm sorry, I don't remember who said it because there's a lot of back and forth today, but it was basically like they just jump into a portal right away, like no second thoughts, no second guessing. They literally like pick up the ball, look through the eye, portal appears, and they're all like, hey, and they jump through it. It's like they have no fear, which I thought was a hilarious point, but also very true. Like, I feel like when they're in a lot of their music videos, the only time they're vulnerable is when they're alone. But when they're together as a group, they always seem confident and they believe in themselves as like a unit, which I really think is really like inspiring. You know, it reminds you really can't do stuff on your own. Like you can do a certain amount, but without your support system, like life doesn't work. And that's like, you know, a super like basic message, but it's prevalent in all their music and all their videos. And I just really like the way they do it. It's interesting. And like I say, at the end, when they portal out, I'm not 100% sure that that's present day Earth. Like it looks a little hinky. I'm wondering if there'll be another video where now they're somewhere else, like how in the Magic video they were like on a spaceship and in space. This kind of like, to me, they're under a bridge, but a bridge where? You really can't tell. I don't know, it's fascinating.
so Magic was part of the Starseeker universe? It
was not, but I feel like there's little Easter eggs about it in all their stuff, because like I say, it's like almost like it's like a negative image of them. It's them, but it's not them. You know what I mean?
So you're saying like are there all of their music videos may be connected in a sense, kind of like a Marvel movie where there's always like some sort of little connection to each other?
Well, and if you think about it, there's also, you know, for BTS, there's the VU, and those are all really connected. It doesn't seem like it from like a meta perspective, but when you drill down, there's themes and little Easter eggs that connect almost every BTS video. And it's really interesting because BTS's first single, of course, is No More Dream. And TXT is the opposite of that. Their whole entire universe starts with dreaming. It starts with the dream world. And part of the reason I feel like they're in the chaos chapter now is because they woke up. So it's interesting. Their songs are sweeter and more hopeful in the beginning, and they're slowly kind of morphing as they realize what the world is. You know, it's a classic story. You've all done it in high school, loss of innocence, write that essay. But they're doing it in a really interesting way. But I feel like for me, I really get to anticipate what's going to happen next. I never know. I just know it's going to be completely different.
Wow. Okay, so what was the music video before this one? Out of curiosity, that's part of the Starseeker universe. Oh, that was Starseekers? Like I said, they had a 10 or 11 minute animated thing called Doom's Night, but that wasn't a music video. It was just like something they created during quarantine, which is awesome. But the music video before this is actually on the screen now, Eternally. And as you can see, it's 20 minutes. It's like a mini movie. And before that, there's Magic Island, which is one of my all-time favorite songs. And that one's 14 minutes. That's why I was surprised how short this one is. It's like the actual song.
And then the one before that is Nap of a Star, which is only like 6 minutes. And I think the song is only 5 minutes. So it's pretty close there.
Yeah.
You would really like Nap of the Star, actually. It's almost like stop animation, but it's got half people and half like these crazy like paper mache sets. I don't know. It's like, it almost looks like it's done in miniature, but like they're in it. It's really cool.
Oh, wow.
Magic Island, actually, it still affects me. Like, I teared up when I was watching it. I've seen it like a million times, but it still affects me the first way that it did. And Eternally is really scary. Like, I won't watch it before bed.
Really?
Yeah. It's scary. It makes me anxious and worried for them.
Oh, okay. I was like, you piqued my interest.
It's cool because, like you said before, it's a whole other world and you don't need it. But if you want to explore, it's there, which I think is really, really cool.
Wow. Okay. Well, I like how they're making like a awesome story, like what they're going through and stuff like that, you know, or there be like, you know, part of like the dream chapter. And yeah, you know, just like you said, like seeing that, I guess like a metamorphosis, you know, like a transformation of like what they're going through, you know.
Yeah. I feel like the dream chapters, they were still in school, they were boys, and then the chaos chapter, they're all out of school now, like they're having to live in the real world, and
they're becoming men.
It's not so fun. It's not what you think it's gonna be, you know, when you're in high school and you're like, oh, it's gonna be so great when I'm out of school and an adult, and then you're an adult and you're like, oh my god, this sucks. So yeah, I'm really interested. I hope the chaos chapter will have as many chapters as dream, at least 3, because you know, there's a lot to mine there. And then hopefully it'll get a little better for them.
Yeah. I really enjoyed the chaos chapter, so hopefully they'll make like another like you said, another music video to tie this one you know, in a nice little bow. So
yes. And I really love chaos chapter visuals, so you can keep them dark and a little moody for a while. Really into it.
Yeah.
Also, they're always wearing like rock and roll shirts now, and a lot of them are like punk bands from like the early 80s, which I find hilarious. And some of them are very SoCal. I mean, we're both from Southern California.
Yep.
Some of them are very SoCal, like Flipper or Black Flag. I think one of them was wearing like a Social D shirt at one point. Like, it's hilarious because they were like not born, probably.
I was gonna say,
you know, what's JK say? They were still in their daddy's whatever.
Yeah, daddy's side.
Yes. So I think it's interesting because I do know that they really love music and they really like history of music, especially Bangyu and Yeonjun. So I'm assuming they actually probably know some of those bands. Some of it's just good styling. Yeah. But they must know some of them. So
yeah, for sure. So all right, so I am excited to see the next music video, but for this one, I enjoyed the visuals. It's for me, I really, really thought that each person that went to their own like dimension, like that was very interesting, you know, to see like what was happening to each one and then them coming back together again. So it makes you wonder what's going to happen next. You know, it's like a total cliffhanger. It's like, okay, now you're kind of back maybe, but
and they still have that ball, so it's like, can you jump through more portals? Like how does it work? What's going on?
do you want to jump to another portal? Like, you know,
dangerous.
Yeah, this is very Doctor Strange, you know, like, you know, like going to different portals or a different time, maybe. So,
and when they jump through the first one in that like beautiful flowery field, that really matches Magic Island. So I was like, oh, I assume that they're in the Magic Island world, or, you know, like I say, everything could be connected and nothing could be connected. It's really up to the viewer, which is kind of nice.
Okay, MOAs, tell us. tell us what is happening. Tell me what is happening, because I'm a non-MOA right now.
Put your conspiracy theories in the comments. We will read them all and respond.
Yeah, I must know what is happening. Someone tell me. So tell us. Yeah, inquiring minds would love to know. But yeah, I don't know. Obviously, I don't know anything about the story. This is my first time hearing about the Starseeker universe. So,
but are you intrigued?
I am very intrigued.
It's done its job.
Yeah, it totally done its job because for me, like I said, like I like for personal preference. For me, I enjoy watching music videos that are connected. So
me too.
It brings a lot of it makes things more interesting,
and it rewards the fans.
Yeah. So
the longer 100%. You're a fan, the more stuff you're like, ooh, cool. Oh, I know what that is.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you, but I like feeling smart. So I always think it's good to let the audience in sometimes. Like, you need some mystery, but I also like it when I'm like, well, that guy's the murderer. No one else knows, but I know. You know what I mean? It keeps you watching because you don't really care who the murderer is. You just want to know when everyone else is going to find out.
Yeah.
So these kind of have that flavor, even though I'm also like, I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, but the visuals, again, like it's done very beautifully.
Yeah,
it is. Yeah, I can't imagine like the budget of the video is
right. My gosh.
Yeah, and
or like their concept trailer for Freeze, I thought was a cinematic masterpiece. It's 3.5 minutes. I've probably watched it 1,000,000 times, and it is. I just don't understand. It's not even a real music video. It doesn't even have any of their songs in it.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
It's just the concept trailer for an album. Like, it's so stunningly beautiful. I can't imagine what it cost.
Yeah. Music videos are a lot to make, like just even the simple ones. So I can't imagine
what something as intricate as this.
Yeah, this is very intricate and a lot of CGI, and I can't imagine like how much it would cost. I'm pretty sure easy over 500,000 for sure.
Yeah. Oh, so, easily. Probably for the CGI budget alone.
Yeah.
It doesn't even count costumes, the crew. There's probably a fancy director. We don't know who he is, but he's probably well known in Korea.
Well, we'll look that up.
Yes. More research.
Yeah, more research. Hooray.
We're the only people that say that.
I mean, I think for both of us, like we enjoy, we appreciate, the people behind behind the camera and the production crew and all that kind of stuff too.
We appreciate how much goes into making 3 minutes or 4 minutes of perfection. It's really a team of hundreds.
Yeah.
So I think they should all get their due. You guys rock.
Yeah, totally. Yes, totally rock.
We're noticing you.
Yes. All right. So I can't wait for the next one. And any last thoughts to add, Beth?
Just I was very interested. Both Taehan and Bumgyu have these like steampunk goggles, and I want to know why they need them. I'm just interested to know why do they need them? That's it. Why do they need them? I want to know. I have a lot of questions. Maybe when I watch the video 100 times, I will know better. If I do, I will put my own comments letting you guys know what I know.
Yeah, please do. All right. So that's it for today. Thank you for watching. And if you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget, MOAs or even non-MOAs that understand this music video, please comment, because I am very interested. We are actually both very interested to know what your take on this is, because I'm all about different theories. So this music video is perfect for it.
The more, the merrier.
Yes. All right. So we are
LaChiMoLaLa.
And we will see you guys next time.
Love you.
Annyeong.